Remember a few years ago back in 2021 when basically 80% of the population went out and did the very same thing you're seeing right now, and they all did it willingly, voluntarily, and they didn't know exactly what was inside, what was going inside their body. But I'm here to tell you that there is a massive secret that most people do not know today, that the devil and his minions are going out not only doing this to this very day, but they have found secret ways to do the exact same thing you see going on right here without your knowledge. So they no longer need one of these in order to do this to your body. They have a secret way of getting it inside you now. So the same thing that's happening right here is happening to these baby little chickens. I mean, these things are so cute, and they're hanging by their head. Look at this. And they're getting injected just like everyone else in 2021. But modern day automation is very different today. They have an assembly line process for this. So now we know why there was an egg shortage in 2024. They got rid of all the healthy chickens, and all we're left with now are these. The ones that have been, well, let's just say, ventilated with a substance that is going to affect us when we eat chickens or eggs.
These are Atlantic salmon smolts being vaccinated at their Scottish Inchmore facility, one of the country's most advanced freshwater facilities. They start with an anesthetizing bath to knock them out. No one wants fish flopping around for this sort of precision treatment. Once they're out, these juveniles head around to be orientated upright and forward. Yes, fish flippers are a real machine. Then every fish is imaged, and this massive automated vaccinator positions each fish in line with its injector. This will administer a cocktail of vital vaccines as quickly as possible. And between its 8 injectors, this machine can vaccinate up to 18,000 fish an hour. Now vaccinated and still a bit groggy, these fish head back to the hatchery's tanks to recover and return to a normal feeding schedule.
Can you give me an example of a food that's a vaccine?
You recognize?
Yes, sir. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Chairman Clements?
And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You recognize?
Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage. If it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage.
Thank you. Well, my question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You recognize?
Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio vaccine in there, that you are aware of what you're buying has a polio vaccine. The problem you have is if it's not treated as a pharmaceutical, being the size and difference between you and me, how many tomatoes do I have to eat to get the proper dosage versus how many tomatoes that you have to eat? And if you eat too many, do you get a overdose? If you eat too less, like we had in the cattle industry with aeromycin, we weren't dosing our cattle properly and the horn flies were developing an immunity to it. If we don't have the proper dosage of a vaccine, it could lead to the efficacy of that drug not work anymore.